This by itself is amazing. In an 8-quart crock pot, I'm going to add 3 to 3.5 pounds of bone-in chicken. Here I'm adding 2 Roma tomatoes. I'm also going to be adding bay leaf, garlic, and half of a small onion into the crock pot. And I'm going to be seasoning with garlic, salt, and pepper blend. I'm also going to be adding some granulated onion powder and just shake that in. If I had to guess, it's like 2 teaspoons of this. Here I'm adding about a tablespoon of chicken bouillon powder. Maybe like a tablespoon and a half works for this. I'm also going to be adding 5 to 6 guajillo chiles that I removed the stems and seeds. And now I'm going to place it into the crock pot holder and cover with a lid. I'm going to set it to high and let it cook for about 3.5 to 4 hours. Okay, so here's the blender cup. And it has been like 3.5, it'll be like 3.5, 4 hours for the chicken to cook. This is bone-in chicken, but do you see how much liquid rendered? I added no water, no broth, nothing, and that rendered from the chicken. So what I'm going to do is remove all the softened chile guajillos, tomato, onion, and garlic, and we're going to put it in the blender cup. Just get a ladleful of the rendered broth, and put this into the blender cup. I'm going to remove the chicken from the crock pot because we're going to shred it. Very tender. Shred the chicken. It's hot. Be sure to remove the bones. So tender. Okay, so the chicken is clean of bones and shredded. I'm going to take some of this broth. By the way, you want to taste everything for salt and seasoning. You can season the chicken. You can season your sauce. And just taste and adjust to your preference. So I'm going to take the rest of this broth and add it into the pureed salsa for the enchiladas. I actually like cumin in my enchilada sauce. I probably could have added it to the chicken, but I thought about it afterwards. But if you don't like the flavor of cumin, you don't have to use it, but I like it. So I'm going to add just a little bit into the sauce. I'm going to pour that. Taste this for salt and seasoning, and this is ready. So I'm going to show you the process of how I make these slow cooker enchiladas. We cook the chicken in the slow cooker. We also threw the ingredients for the enchilada sauce in the slow cooker. Now I'm going to show you how we prep the tortillas. And there's 2 ways you can do this. If you are cooking as you go, meaning you're cooking the enchiladas, plating them up and serving right away, you can skip the step where you are preheating them and passing them through hot oil. But because I'm going to assemble all of these and keep them warm in the slow cooker, this is a step that I do suggest you don't skip. Pass them through the hot oil because it helps to keep the texture of the tortilla as it's setting in the slow cooker. So I would usually just dip a cold corn tortilla into the enchilada sauce and fry it in a little bit of oil in a pan. I'd fill it with the chicken, roll it up, fry it for a little bit, and serve. And I would just kind of cook and serve. But today I'm doing things a little differently for the slow cooker. Okay, my stack of cold corn tortillas, my preheated griddle with oil, and I'm just gonna heat these through, give them a flip. You don't want them crispy, you want them softened. Give it a flip. There we go. Okay, so I have the enchilada sauce, the shredded chicken that's very tender and slow cooked. It's so flavorful. And my prepped corn tortillas. I'm going to see if I can get through all of these. And what we're going to do is take a tortilla, dunk it into the enchilada sauce, and add the chicken as the filling, roll it up, and place it into the crock pot to stay warm. So I have some enchilada sauce left, and you can kind of add it to the tops of this. So I'm going to cover with the lid, and I'm going to set it to keep warm. And you can keep it here until everyone is ready to serve themselves enchiladas. And I'll show you what a plate looks like. Okay. So I'm going to take a couple of these. Toppings. So shredded lettuce, avocado, sliced tomato, onion, and this is queso fresco. It's like a Mexican style farmer's cheese, and some Mexican sour cream or crema. I love pickled jalapenos with carrot, so we're going to go with that as well. So I'm going to add some, my son, queso fresco right on top. And seriously, you don't have to utilize the crock pot to make these, but I love doing this when I'm making a lot of them at once. It keeps them warm. I'm gonna add some of my lettuce. Let's go with some of the onion. Roma tomato. I like the pickled jalapenos. Just like that. Go with the crema. Let's get a little fancy with it. And some more queso. Let's top it with the avocado. We'll do like that. And this is after about 30 minutes. As you can see, they kind of do seem like they dry up a little bit, but they are warm and ready to serve. I love making enchiladas utilizing my slow cooker. So you could serve this with a side of Mexican rice, which would be perfect, and your favorite homemade beans, but this by itself is amazing. Be sure to give this video a like, comment down below, and share with anyone that would love to recreate this recipe. See you in the next video.